What up, everybody? Welcome to the IAG Thursday thing. This thing that we do on Thursdays, except when we do them on Saturdays after PRI, when we are all beat ass tired from walking around. I think I did, I don't know, it's 18,000 steps a day.
A solid million.
Yeah, we're all old.
Yeah.
And tired. Our bones hurt.
Yeah, we're pretty sad at this point.
And in my case, also a strip club.
Yeah,
we'll
get to that.
We'll get to that.
This week we're at PRI. The PRI show's done. It's Saturday night. We're all sitting in the hotel room, and we figured, you know what? Let's fire up the old podcast equipment and have a chat, just about the stuff we've seen, things going on, whatever. So we are joined by partner in crime, Warranty. How you doing, bud?
Dewey, I'm doing great. I gotta let it out. I went to a strip club for the first time, and it was great. The person I went with just did the complete VIP experience, and it was great.
Went hard.
I think it helped that you and I watched wrestling in the hotel room the night before, and we were talking about kayfabe. And kayfabe is very important when you go to a strip club. It is not real, but you have to enjoy it for what it is. So.
Yeah, it's not real.
I
but
could
it's
already see
awesome.
it. He's like a kid in a candy store for the first time.
It was great.
Yeah, keep your hands to yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, they got rules. That's a whole pageantry to it. It's performative theater.
We're also joined in the room with producer Jordan. He's here. Most of him, his spine wishes it wasn't here, but it is.
Oh my god, my spine left the fucking chat.
You have been a trooper, though.
Yep.
I've only almost ate shit once this week, believe it or not.
That's kind of.
I almost died.
That was amazing.
I
How was
almost
it
died.
walking back in the snow?
Not
Dude.
that you would know.
Yeah, right. You fucking asshole left us. Just fucking dip.
Tire
I was
rolls, baby.
cold, boy. I had a jacket and a
Goddamn.
t-shirt. That was it.
Walking in the snow was the worst. Out of the 15,000 steps
Yeah, that
per
was rough.
day we did,
Yeah.
walking in the snow was triple that. It was the
Oh.
worst.
Whatever Warranty left in that toilet too, I'm happy it was running here.
Yeah, no
because
kidding.
I'm telling you, man. he
That was
wasn't
the
gonna
after
make
strip
it.
club shits, man. That was
The
that was
after strip club
just
shit.
boiling.
But yeah,
Then
What did they feed you at that strip club, man?
No, it was too much alcohol. I don't
What
drink. I
were
don't drink
you
that
eating
much.
at
he had the alcohol shit.
No, the food would have helped, but
We are also joined by Jeremy Bailey.
Yeah. Honestly, we should have looked for a what do you call it? A sponsorship from Motrin or something. While we were
Yeah. We're all so old.
Yo, we need a ibuprofen sponsor for next season.
Ibuprofen, we're
I
looking
saw
for you.
you
So
could rent
Motrin's out there, whatever, Walmart's great value brand. You guys want to make yourself look cool, do some grid life stuff. We're easy to find. Hit us up. We are your spokespeople.
We're
Oh,
definitely
yeah.
going to look into renting those little handicap scooters.
Oh, we need the
75
scooters next year. Yeah, 100%.
and
Run over-
call 'em little
run over
Speaking of
people's feet.
scooters, didn't some guy run over your foot,
yep,
Warranty?
he was a military veteran.
That
Thank you
doesn't
for your
matter. He didn't even
service.
look at you or say nothing.
He-
He just did it. He knew he
looked-
did it
Yep.
and kept
man,
on going.
Yes, he looked down at your foot.
Bailey and
and
I are
kept
both
going.
veterans. That doesn't mean you can just run
Yeah.
people over. You got to watch out at PRI. There's a bunch of these old dudes who roll through here like they own the joint on their scooters and they don't give a shit about anybody.
That's what happened.
But
I lived.
so real quick, I'm slightly depressed right now, and this happens every time I get caught somewhere where there's snow. Now that I live when there isn't snow, and I really want to get this damn bug eye. It's still like probably about a month away before I can get it, but every time it snows like this, I'm like, dude, I just want to go bomb around. We're having a pretty good snowstorm right now.
Oh yeah, it's there was no snow this morning, and there's probably a solid 4 inches out there right now.
Yeah,
on the
and it's
sidewalk.
coming down pretty good.
Yeah,
We got all 4 of it.
yeah.
Yep. So I don't know. PRI was a good time this year. I feel like we got a lot done, solid up some relationships. There's a lot we could talk about on the business end, but we hung out with Mary from All Wheel Drive Tuning a bit.
Yep.
Graham walked around with us pretty much the whole weekend. Dylan got out here. It was Dylan's first PRI.
Yes.
He ended up getting out here a little later than I hoped, but I think his mind was blown as to how big it actually
Oh
was.
yeah, the place is massive.
So I don't think he really quite had the concept of this isn't just like
So,
a small area, that there's just so much to it. He didn't have a chance to see shit, but we got the grid. We went to the grid life party today. We got the championship trophy.
Sure did.
And then logistics warranty.
Yes.
Warranty's logistics.
He drew a hell of a path to get us to as many all the sponsors that were at least here.
All of them.
So we got to their booths and took pictures with them, and that was a lot
Yep.
of fun. We had a good time with that.
Yep.
We learned some new stuff.
Sure did.
Trying to think of stuff that's really going to directly affect Subarus, but the Garrett's got a new line of turbos, and they have a new line of turbos coming past that. But there's vague details on that. I'm sure we're going to be testing that. They may or may not hand us that G38
whatever.
GX 38, I think
Yeah.
is what it is. It's like their GX line.
Is that the double vein?
Yeah,
Mhm.
the GX 38. It's it looks like it's going to be a really rowdy turbo. So people are looking to make, an easy 800. This is the easy 800 turbo.
Wild to think
We might be
about.
running that on we might take a swing on that with Boogie for a couple of the bigger tracks.
Yeah, it'd be good. It's right in between the 40 and the 35. Might give you a
Yeah.
little boost without needing to
The vibe I got from it, it's going to be very precision 64, 66 sized, but you're going to have the response of a Garrett, which is, kind of a perfect world.
right.
Just in case 160 on a straight's not fast enough.
It's not. So,
Yeah.
so we what kind of sucks is Road America isn't coming back next year because it would have been the perfect Road America turbo, but that doesn't mean it's not the perfect Road Atlanta and or Watkins Glen turbo. Watkins Glen is really fast. There's kind of a dig corner, but all of it is kind of flowy. So I don't see I could see that being really fun. That might work out really good. I'm kind of excited about that. As far as new product, there's not a whole lot out there. I'm kind of excited to do some cool stuff with Fuel Lab.
Yep.
That, none of this has come to fruition yet, but we have some cool plans of maybe making the easy button for Subarus ever. But one of the things that struck me is something I've been saying for a very long time, but I'm starting to hear a lot of people say it, is older Subarus and how a lot of people are starting to get people my age trying to build older. And when I say older, I'm talking like, let's say 10 and older. Okay. You're getting some people wanting to do older hatches. You're getting people wanting to do GD chassis STIs, but they want to do it really right. So it is starting to turn into a resto mod situation. And it's not just me saying it anymore. I've been saying this for a while, but now I'm starting to hear it all over the place. And everybody's going, oh my God, you were right. I'm like, yeah, I know.
This is what you
You
do.
know what else was really cool to talk to?
Who?
Brian.
From iWire. Yeah.
Oh, tell me about that. So I saw him at the Cobb party, but I didn't talk to
Oh
him.
man, we chatted it right
Yeah,
up.
Me and him us three were talking for a while.
All right.
I'm really excited to play. So I don't know if you ever got a chance to listen to the Brian at iWire podcast that we did, because
No.
I had him. You should, because this DCD controller he's making, the new
Okay.
one, is so far past what a DCD controller is. It's just the easiest way to explain it,
Oh.
but it's really like give your car can.
okay.
Okay, so there's so much you can do with it, and that is I might be getting one of those DCD controllers for
So
the new car.
this is all what was always weird to me as a Subaru fan that came in. Like my first Subaru was a VA
Yeah.
STI. They had the stock DCCD controller that nobody would use, and then they'd have like Map DCCD or DCCD Spider. They always looked really old to me. So is this just a modern controller?
No, like it's hard for me to go into it. It's gonna have all your basic DCCD controls that you would want.
Okay.
Different
Auto plus, auto
very
minus,
harshness
manual.
levels of the map or whatever.
Right.
But then it's also going to have proper can out to your dashboards and things like that. But that's what
Okay.
this actually is is a really wacky CAN interface device that you could do all sorts of wacky stuff with.
Yeah, it's
If
not
you
just
have
DC
not
maybe.
listened to that podcast,
Okay.
this includes you, Warranty.
Okay.
Go listen to that podcast
Well,
because I could sit here and try to explain it.
but it's easier to just go watch.
Well,
listen to an
honestly,
episode. Okay.
what I could see happening is if enough people adopt it, there starts to become like an app store for it.
Oh.
Yeah, this could be a whole ecosystem within this one unit.
Oh wow.
That'd be really cool.
That's next level cool. Okay.
But it's also why it's a little more expensive. You know, a typical DCD controller is going to be like, well, after you get the plug and play harness and everything, you're with all the goodies, it's going to be like $800.
Okay.
This thing's going to be like $9.
Oh, that's not bad. It's basically
It's not
the same.
that bad, but you know,
Yeah.
an old manual DCD controller is only like $300.
Okay.
So it's
Okay.
it's hard for people to understand how
Okay.
much better this could be.
As long. Okay. Yeah, I'll have to.
The
go
other
listen to
cool
that
thing is
episode.
it's able to turn around and then send data back to them if you want, and then they can make tweaks depending on what you're trying to do with the car.
logging from the DCCD controller.
Dude, I'm telling you,
What?
get ready.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, I saw him there. I heard him mention it, and then that was it. I was talking with other people, of course.
Yep.
So okay. Fuel Lab. Tell me about the easy button for Fuel Lab.
I can't talk about that
because it
too
doesn't
much.
exist again.
Can't talk
Yeah.
about it too much.
Darn it. Okay.
I really wish I could, but I am not allowed to talk about
Darn
much
it.
on that.
Okay.
We're working on it.
well,
I'm hoping to set up maybe some collab stuff, but I don't know what that's gonna look like. But they're very, very amped up.
Yep.
I came and talked to them about that on Thursday, and I guess like they said 6 other different parties came up asking for the same thing I was asking for.
Oh wow.
So they're very interested.
Was it all Subaru guys or no?
Yes, they
Okay.
want specific Subaru applications.
Okay. Yeah. Well, they're in the business of making money, so they'll do it.
Yeah, they're down to clown.
Yeah,
So
the younger guy there, I forget his name. He was like, "Yes, that's a great idea. I'll do this for you on Monday."
yeah,
So-
he's ready to party.
Yep.
So Fuel Lab they just went through a really big move. They went into a much larger facility, but that move sounds like it
Yeah.
was pure chaos. So
Yeah, it sounds like their landlord dirtbag them, which was shitty.
you have that, you
Yeah,
know.
on those big jobs.
Yeah, the Cobb party was fun last night. Saw a lot of old friends hang out with the boys at 6 Star and all of that, and it was a lot of fun.
So for the people listening along at home, Graham had made a T-shirt with an access port on it. And on the top,
Yes, this shirt's
at
so
the top
great.
it says anxiety port, and then it has a bunch of stats that should scare you. So I wore this shirt to the Cobb party, and I did not know how. Actually, he did not know how it was going to go. I thought it was going to be just fine, and I was proven right. All the people from Cobb that were there thought it was the best thing they'd ever seen.
Yeah, they
Like,
want those
5
shirts.
people took pictures.
The good
of it.
old anxiety port.
Good old anxiety port. So those dudes have a sense of humor, and I'm happy to see that.
Yeah. I was. It was really cool to see the influence that grid life is starting to have across all the aftermarket.
Okay. Tell me more about that.
We're starting to see more of these companies take this thing. They're not just looking at it as some weird track day with a music festival anymore. They're like, these guys are real competition. And not only that, we're starting to see other companies that wouldn't normally maybe want to dip their toes into competition are starting to want to at least see what this is about. I can't mention any names, Cobb, that
Well-
may or may not want to at least just come see what it's all about.
Yeah.
And we invited quite a few other companies out to just come check this out.
In a personal capacity, just come
Yes.
look at it.
Just come hang out.
Yeah.
We'll put you on a crew pass,
Yes.
you know, and so you guys can understand what this is.
Yep.
And that was really cool.
There was one stat that they shared, which was ticket sales, including spectators.
Mm-hmm.
2019 was the high point of about 30,000. And then, of course, you had a dip for 2020 due to COVID.
Yep.
And it took a couple years to recover after that. But this year, 2025, was 90,000 tickets sold.
Yes,
It was like
that's
91,000.
3 times the pre-COVID peak.
Yes.
I can't wrap my brain around that.
They're planning on well over 100,000 for next year.
Oh my gosh. I will say though that going around Road America on the golf cart and seeing how big it was on the other side of the track with the drifters.
That was the most people I'd seen at Road America all the times we've been there.
That's
Wow.
wild. Yeah,
Yeah.
they actually started figuring out how to fill it in.
Yeah.
And I was always going, when they did Road America, which I'm sad we're not going back this year, but that doesn't mean that it's dead.
Okay.
But it ain't happening this year. But when they first did Road America, it's way back the very first time we went there, I'm like, this place is too big for Grid Life. And then when they tried to do a festival there the first year, like I had a conversation with Adam. I'm like, this feels like it's working, but it's so big. And then the next year it actually started to kind of like fill in a little bit. And it at that point it started to just feel like Grid Life.
Yeah, cool. I hope it comes back. Road America is a really cool track, and it's really easy to put a festival there because it's got the right like shape of everything.
The only downside I have with that is the festival part of it is really separated from the paddock.
Yeah, it's on the opposite side of a massive facility because it just works best.
And they tried to do like I don't know, like a tram kind of thing going back and forth.
I thought that worked
really
well.
The shuttle stuff seemed to be working okay.
You really do have to drive to it because from the paddock, it's like 3/4 of a mile away.
They
it's
had
still
like
inside the infield, but it's like 3/4 a mile
inside
away.
the infield in Road America is like the other side of the planet.
They had like the 10-seater ATVs pulling a 10-seater trailer. I thought that was Road America's doing.
They do. That probably was, but they do golf carts too. You rent a golf cart, you could drive your car.
You kind of need something like that.
Yeah. It took a better part of an hour to go around in the golf cart.
They did have public transportation in air quotes, what they would call that. Sure.
Yeah, but it was basically two separate events. So you had Indy Lights and Grid Life like time attack on the pit side of Road America, and then you had the drifters and the stage on the other side.
Yeah,
and that was like a better part of a mile walk.
They did say in the state of the grid event that drift will get two surfaces. They'll get the track and then they'll have their own.
They're going to try to do that at every event they can.
Yeah,
what was going on at Road America was
that was a perfect example of
kart
that.
track and the big track, and they had some licensing requirements, but the kart track did not have.
If you ever go to Carolina, that actually works out really well. They've got a nice kart track that guys are just bombing around on, and then they go out on the big track too.
And then everybody that's there can just sit there and watch it from a fence, and then turn around and be in the racetrack. So it's not separated. At Road America, it's like the other side of the planet. Like
one thing I didn't realize until State of the Grid was Grid Life owning the fact that they helped drifting and where it was in like the car culture when they started back in 2016.
Well, they wouldn't let drifting was looked at really negatively, and a lot of these more legacy tracks were not okay with letting drifting on the track.
Yeah, they didn't want to ruin the track.
Well, they were scared, insurance reasons, whatever.
Right.
And now, like, it's actually written into the charter at Lime Rock,
which is amazing.
Yeah,
but only Grid Life can do it.
They're allowed to drift at Lime Rock, but only with Grid Life.
Only with Grid Life.
I feel like Lime Rock was that old man going, "Get off my lawn."
I think that was at one point. Grid Life made him soften up.
Grid Life managed to, nudge some drift cars out there. Now they're like, "Come back to my lawn."
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. Like that, the work that they did behind the scenes is understated. With drifting, I had an idea, but I had no idea. That's really cool.
It's going to be really cool next year. I know there's a lot of fans who watch our program with Grid Life. I think next year you're going to see a huge jump again in the quality of the live cast, because I know some of the stuff that is going on in the background, the amount of interesting data and talking points and things like that they're going to have really quick access to was wild. You know what actually kind of blew my mind though? Were you there for when Kyle was showing us the numbers of Subarus?
No, tell me.
Oh, it was pretty insane. So we were Subaru itself was the 4th largest brand represented. Wow. No.
Okay.
Hold on.
That's half the story.
4th largest brand, but then like 2 down was Toyota. And I'm like, how many of these are BRZ FRSs? And he's like, 80% of them. Yeah. So we were actually the 2nd largest brand.
2nd largest.
Oh,
behind Honda only.
Wow. That's crazy.
Yeah.
They have a way to break that down.
They do, and Kyle's going to do that for me.
And drivetrain.
Yeah.
So if you're in an FRS,
they just now started putting that together.
Specifically FRS and GT86 and GR86.
So coming soon, they're going to have the ability to, like, somebody like, let's say IAG. Okay, we build Subaru engines.
Yep.
How many of these cars are on FA20, EJ, whatever, but Subaru powered platforms? And it literally can search all the competitors by just that.
Yep.
Yeah, it's pretty slick. He was showing us that.
Yep.
Yeah.
But I mean, and then if let's say you're a company like Subi Mods and you want to know, because they sell suspension and everything, we do too, obviously, we can go how many BRZ and add in FRS GR86. Boom. And we would have been the second most represented brand. Honda was the only thing that beat us.
Yeah, the work Kyle is doing. Kyle's a freaking superstar.
Kyle's amazing.
How do you say his last name?
Yeah,
Heyer.
Kyle Heyer.
Kyle Heyer's superstar with this stuff.
You guys, you as fans who are listening to this, you have no idea the amount he is putting into this and the changes that not only have been made from the way it used to be. If you're coming onto this in the last year, you have no idea. But the stuff that is coming is incredible.
Yeah. And how far have we come? Year one, they started streaming was Road Atlanta with a stationary camera pointed down the front straight.
Yeah. They're just like, those are cars.
Yeah. And here they come there they go. And we'll wait for them to come back around again.
Yep.
They have live announcers. So in the sizzle reel at the Grid Life booth, they would show races and replays, and the announcers sounded professional.
Except it's Kyle,
right? And Dewey in some cases. You were.
I did it a little bit, but I'm not Kyle. Like I do my best. We had some good times, and I think our banter at Lime Rock was great. I got to do some GLTC announcement at Lime Rock, and that was a really good time. But Kyle's incredible. How he can he has a really good way of viewing something and explaining it in an audio format that you can immediately understand. He's just he projects really well. He's so good at it.
Yeah.
But he is an enthusiast. And this is the thing that I don't think a lot of people understand, and where Kyle is killing it is he is an enthusiast and he understands from a competitor and enthusiast standpoint, what would we want to see?
Actually, this brings up a good point. There was another commentator before him. I don't know if he was at Grid Life or something adjacent to Grid Life, but Kyle is like 10 times better than that guy. And that guy was fine.
That guy was okay. Yeah. Okay. This is not to take anything away from him. And I know who you're talking about, and he was a great dude and he still does stuff.
Yeah.
But Kyle is on another level. We are blessed to have Kyle.
So, all right. So
let's just hope Kyle doesn't decide he wants to go somewhere else, because it's real easy for him to.
Yeah.
Oh, man. It absolutely would. Like, he's going to get scooped by like ESPN or Racer TV or something.
Crazy.
So spinning it more positively in Grid Life's direction, two more things I found interesting. One, they don't aspire to be some national mega powerhouse of a series. They want to stay grassroots.
They want to stay grassroots.
We need to talk about that real quick.
Okay.
So I think Chris is wrestling really hard with what he wants Grid Life to be versus what it is. I love him, but it's the truth. Because I can tell you right now, he's like, we want to do everything humanly possible not to be pro. But the reality of it is we are the bleeding peak of grassroots to where you could almost call us semi-pro. Okay, we are there.
Yeah. The last conversation of the day today, I won't say the sponsor, potential sponsor, went really well. You guys went there extremely professional, and the guy just said, yes, how can I help you?
Yeah.
It was shocking.
A lot's changed. We can walk up. Okay. And this is a situation I didn't have to explain Grid Life.
That's right.
Okay. With the second I said Grid Life, here's our championship trophy.
Yes.
That carries weight.
Yes.
Like this entire weekend, we kept saying this is so much easier when you win.
Oh yeah. We said that 2 years ago.
Yeah, but it was way easier this time.
Yeah.
Like 2 years ago is different than today. Even that's how much of a change has happened in the past few years. Like
yes.
we're like, I keep saying we, but Grid Life as a community is we have gained a level of respect in a very short period of time that I don't think people really have came to terms with yet. We can really pull our own weight.
I was really happy to see the brands like when so today we blitzed every single sponsor and showed up with a trophy,
and they were all hyped. I don't think they thought we were coming. We told them we were coming.
When you were telling them we're coming back with a trophy tomorrow, everybody you told that to was like, all right,
yeah, whatever, dude. And then we come back with a trophy, like, holy shit. So we took some great pictures. Everybody was super hyped.
Yep.
The only ones that seemed dumbfounded was M-Tron when we came over, and they're like, "What the fuck?"
They're like,
happening?
"What is this?" We're I love it. So I'm
like,
a bag on
happening?
my M-Tron is a sponsor of ours, and they make an absolutely fantastic ECU. There's certain companies who I just don't think understand the American mindset of certain things, or like I think like they could do marketing a little different, and it would go a lot better at shows like this. And as much as I love M-Tron, they need that kind of guy there, and they don't have it.
Yeah. To be fair, they are probably jet lagged all hell because they're on the other side of the planet.
So I'm gonna say what they should do.
Yeah.
They send over 2 Aussies who can sit there and be jet lagged and not talk to anybody.
Yep.
And then they need to hire an army of loud ass American white dudes to scream at people.
They don't need an army. They just need one loud guy.
They need
3.
Just need you.
They just need a Dewey.
You're in a whole army. by yourself.
They need a Dewey.
So we went to
you have a mic.
We went to the WPC booth as we did every year.
I love WPC. I love their product. I wish it was less of a pain in the ass to do stuff, and I don't want to get too much into that.
Everything
we don't want to pick a scab, but we were walking around with our buddy Miles at RC, which there's some big announcements coming with that, and I can't really talk about it yet, but watch the social media. Cool stuff's coming. We're walking around with our buddy Miles at RCE. That was the first time he'd ever seen WPC. He'd never seen anything like that, and that blew his mind.
Oh yeah, he has ideas running through his head now,
but he would have walked right past it if I wouldn't have forced him to go there.
Yes.
Yep.
Because they don't market it very well.
Yep. It's a Japanese company. It's only Japanese dudes there, and they're doing their best.
They're doing their best, but like that culture's different than
extremely.
Like they literally need somebody like me standing in the middle of the hallway going, check this out, and just grabbing dudes.
Yes. And they'd double their business overnight, to be fair. Yeah. It's my favorite part of the year.
I love WPC.
It's Japan. Hand the business card, facing them with 2 hands.
Yes. In a slight bow.
That's right.
Yep. You hand it to them with a bow, and there's certain ways you approach business.
Yep.
Properly.
Yes.
With a proper Japanese, company. And that's one of the things you do. Yep. And I make sure to do that every year.
Yep. Oh, another thing that was the highlight of the weekend. Bucky Lassick flagged.
Yes. That was crazy. We're just walking through and he's like, hey guys. And we're like, oh shit. Down. Hey, what's up, Bucky? We went and shot the shit with him, and he hit the company he was hanging out with there. He was just trying to get off his feet.
Yes.
Gave us a bunch of this like laundry detergent that's good at taking like grime and stink out of our
you want to say what they are?
Yeah, I might as well dig it out.
Dig it out of the whole backpack. Right.
We're gonna try it out. We'll let you know how it works, guys. But if Bucky says it's really good,
says his wife loves it. If she could clean all the laundry.
They give you a bottle of some shit too.
We bought that.
Yeah, what is it called?
Molecule is the brand.
Molecule, and they have all sorts of weird cleaners and stuff. So we're gonna try it out.
Bucky says it takes the stink out of everything performance.
Yep.
Cool.
All that stinky Under Armour shirts that don't ever get smelling good after
they never smell right again.
Youth hockey. That was a smell you associate forever with youth hockey locker rooms.
Oh yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, I bet you that stuff would kill it there.
Oh yeah. Yep.
Well, I think Bucky was saying that like all the hockey players use it and stuff like that too, and it just works.
So looking at my notes, JE, the social media guy, he gave me his number. I thought he gave you the number. So like we showed up at 12:30.
Yeah.
Like, unannounced.
Like, what's up?
What's up?
Hey, he was hyped.
He was hyped.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll give you his number so that you have it.
Yeah, we'll get it. But he's a good dude.
I got a bunch of pictures to send you, of course, both of the event and then the sponsor rounds.
Yep.
Do that. What else was hot? Oh, you want to talk about what was it, P1 and the number of dealers that signed up as a result of you, do we?
Oh yeah.
I mean, I'm not trying to like get all braggy here.
Yeah, toot your own horn.
So,
but
it's nice when the sponsor comes to you and goes, dude, do you know how much money you've made me? Thanks for like letting me sponsor you.
Yes.
That's cool.
It was really, so I don't want to, I'm not trying to throw him under the bus, but what it's doing is proving the fact that like racing works if it's marketed the right way and to the right people. Racing doesn't work for everybody, but those it does work for. It works really well.
Yep.
So, I guess honestly, more what I want to go into on this is I knew that would work well for P1. Okay, and I think Ryan knew that would work well for P1. You know, it's convincing your boss or whatever that type of thing would work well.
Yeah.
But when it comes to a sponsorship, nothing makes you feel better if you are sponsored by somebody and then them telling you that worked out great.
Yep.
Okay, so if you're because like Garrett, super happy with us right now.
Yes.
You know, Fuel Lab, super happy with us right now. But P1, like he had literal numbers to go, I had this many and they're all dealers now, and I've made this amount of money off of directly our sponsorship.
Yes.
That is so cool to hear.
Yep.
When you're moving numbers.
Yep.
It is super cool.
That's the oil sponsorship, Motul.
Yep. They so P1 set up an oil sponsorship for us with Motul, and it was super helpful. You know, we were already, as IAG, we purchase a boatload of like our oil change kits and stuff like that. A lot of our product is actually coming through them. But yeah, that it's pretty cool. Like I'm just going to give Ryan a shout out, by the way, if you guys are a shop or something, you work at a shop and you want to carry Motul, wherever you're getting it from, always give Ryan at P1 a call to see if you can't make something happen.
Yeah,
he will work with you for sure.
Very adamant that he stocks more Motul than Motul USA does.
Yeah,
but that is a story for another podcast.
Yep. They also carry Garrett and a bunch of other stuff.
Oh yeah, so, that's right.
You know,
that's why
this is a lot of numbers. This is a lot of industry. You know what I mean? Yeah. So you guys are getting this is an industry show. This isn't like, hey, if I'm interested in racing, come. It is an industry show. So
it's a
you're gonna get some industry conversation here.
Yep. You asked Grid Life, I forget who, maybe Chris, if you could invent passes for industry people, and he said that's a great idea.
Yeah, I think we should have a pathway to that. I talked about that a little bit earlier, but like if you're a shop or whatever and you want to try to understand a vibe of Grid Life, what I've been trying to get shops or companies or whatever to do, if you're listening to this and you're a part of Vermont Sports Car or something, you know what I mean? Like something, and if you want to understand what we're saying, contact me and I have a pathway to get you some passes to be able to go and check this out. Okay, so hit me up.
Circling back to Grid Life one more time. So speaking of things that cannot be ignored, there's now a large tire money contingency for.
Oh yeah, I thought that was really wild.
Fantastic.
The Grid Life GT is their newest
GLGT. Yep, it's their newest wheel to wheel.
Wheel to wheel. It's the higher power version, so think like Mustangs and Supras and things.
Yeah.
And for every race, there's $1 reward for the top 3 finishers. There's like
four
from Toyo.
Top 4 from
Toyo.
Yes, and then a random drawing of 3 drivers below the top 4 for every race. And
they're also going to a spec tire. I didn't want to like say anything while I was there. Spec tire could be good and bad. I like the fact that there's a spec tire in some series because it forces everybody to kind of work with it. But if that tire like is really traction limited, some chassis work better with it than others. That might be a situation where maybe like all-wheel drive is like king. You know what I mean? Like there's if people like that spec tire, it's great. If people don't, it's not. Now, one of the things I always liked about GLTC is you're not on a spec tire, but some tires would come on quick and fall off at the end. Other tires would come on mid and like kind of like it. So it kind of threw
get some flavor in there.
There's some flavor in there, but you also ran into this situation where they had to ban certain tires and like they try to get rid of the super 200 treadwear tires, but there was always this weird balance. Like this, I think was a good play.
I like spec tire.
It keeps
the
it simple.
Thought process.
It's
down.
just one. Yeah. How do you make this tire work?
I'm not studying who's running the tire. What the best tire is going to be next weekend. Like,
well, I got to be real.
This stupid thing on
next year, if the claims of the RE71 RZ are correct, if you're not on an RE71 RZ, you're going to lose in street mod.
Spec tire. I don't care.
So
Toyo had that surprise announcement for the tire contingency that we just mentioned, and then Falcon also said surprise prizes and jackets for the Falcon sponsored
That's a neat
classes.
surprise.
I thought that was
nice.
really neat.
They
yeah,
handed out
TR got a
big
cash
checks.
prize.
Yes.
They handed out
Jealous.
big checks
Pretty
and
neat.
jackets.
Yes, and they're cool like Letterman jackets.
Yep.
Yeah.
And the big check
hat,
was
too.
literally the
Yes.
size of Peter Granberg.
Yes.
He couldn't
Yeah.
hold it up.
Yeah, it was bigger than him. Yeah.
It was a surfboard.
Yeah.
So I'll be honest, that seems like something that came out of this podcast or your other one saying like, make it special.
Yeah.
That looked special. That was a nice surprise.
They all left with their checks too.
Yep.
Yeah.
They said,
Well,
"Just
their
give me
name
that
was
back."
on it.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you?
That's cool.
So that's always something really cool to put on your wall.
That would have been my dashboard.
Oh my
Yes.
god,
Oh
the
my God, that would've been
dashboard.
so
That would have been
good.
fucking great.
So they're
Dashboard.
rule rewrite, rule change.
we'll get to that here
Yeah.
in a second. I'm making my way over there.
Okay.
Was there anything that stuck out to you guys at all?
From Grid Life or just the show in general?
The show in general, because there's a couple of things like I'll talk about it right now. The HKS FA20 oil pan baffle was an
Yes.
interesting design.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's cute. That's
I'm
definitely cute.
interested to see how that works.
Yes.
That was a interesting take that I gotta be real. We've tried a whole pile of baffles, but
Yep.
this had some very interesting
Well, it wasn't.
approaches that, maybe it'll
wasn't-
do a little something.
It wasn't like any other option out there. It was different than everything.
Well,
else
you
that's
haven't
out.
seen our heap of prototypes.
I mean,
Yeah.
you're saying prototypes. I'm saying out there.
No,
Like,
out
what's
there on the
available
market,
right
there
now,
is
this
nothing-
completely different.
Yeah, there is nothing on the market right now like that. But I will say we did a pile of prototypes.
it's the only one out there right now that makes me go, maybe there's something. to
Yeah,
this one."
well, I got to be real. It's the only baffle that I've seen so far that's made me go,
yeah.
So that was interesting.
HKS, just a small side note. I asked them, this is a huge baffle system inside the pan. How much capacity is going to be reduced? I asked the Japanese folks first, and they immediately turned around and said, "You got to ask the white dude." So, and he spoke
what he's there
Japanese.
for.
Yeah, so that was nice. I like to think that's proven the concept. So, and he spoke Japanese. So the answer was it probably won't reduce capacity because they'll work on that.
Well,
it has
no
to.
matter what,
Yeah.
if it's in the oil, it's going to reduce it somewhat.
right.
Well,
As
yeah.
it sits right now, it's fairly thick. Like that is going to reduce capacity.
It's
a
going
little
to
bit.
reduce the amount of volume that can be held in that
Yeah.
oil
Yes,
pan.
there's
But
just
it
no
might
way it
not
can.
reduce the capacity they tell you to hold.
Well,
They
yeah,
said-
I mean, the reality of it is 1 quart overfill is
That's the
the
right
king
answer.
right now.
Yeah, that's the right answer.
They said they're going to change the geometry of the pan to fit the oil.
Oh, so they'll come out with their own pan too.
Yeah.
Then. Yeah.
Okay.
So that
Yes.
would make sense.
And maybe that'll help out.
And that was
So.
3D printed and sintered metal.
Yeah, I thought that
that's
was
pretty
kind of
neat.
cool.
Yeah. This 3D printed thing, if you're not on it, you need to
You
be
need to
getting
get
on
there.
it, or you're getting left behind.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow, that came from Formula One,
Yeah.
That when it was prohibitively expensive. There was actually somebody this was a while ago now who came through. He was a customer of Six Star, and I still remember like the bottle opener that he left. It was unbelievably light and extremely strong because
3D printed.
he was
aluminum.
like the president of a 3D printing company. I was like, this is a work of art. So, yeah, here we are. Other highlights of the show. Let me see. I'm looking at my notes.
Wasn't a lot of product. It was a lot more
Yeah.
like this is the direction we're going. I gotta be
There
real.
was-
The entire industry, because everybody I talked to, I asked how'd they do this year, and I got a lot of the same responses. Man, this year started off really slow,
Tariffs,
and then
bro.
like
Yeah.
by the
100%
end of the
tariffs.
year, like we were rolling really good. And I mean, we even saw that same thing within IAG. Like the beginning of this year for IAG, we were going, holy shit, man, it is dead. And then it really took the fuck off.
Yeah. Speaking of which, we did not go look at the featured product showcase.
No, but
That's a
to-
first.
To be honest, there's
we
not
didn't have
been,
time.
Not time. Plus, we didn't really see anything new.
There isn't anything
really.
that was really blowing my mind,
Yeah.
but that is kind of condensed. Look at all this cool stuff, but we just really
Yeah.
didn't have. We walked by it like 3 times.
Yeah.
Well, we just going through the regular boots. We are like, well, there's nothing really new this year. Like you said, it's kind of
There
just
wasn't
like,
nothing mind blowing. There
Yeah,
wasn't
yeah.
much that was really pointed at us, but there was stuff that made us go, if they can do that, they can do this. And
Yeah.
there were some interesting things like
Yep.
that. That's one of those like, like the fuel lab conversation and things like that. That's where some of that came from.
So, cat's out of the bag. My highlight was meeting Miles at RCE because he was really.
It wasn't the strip club.
That was after PRI.
Got me.
That was in the off time.
Miles from RCE was a lot of fun to hang out with.
Miles is a neat dude. A lot of information.
He is funny.
The thing that stuck with me was he was explaining one of his street coilovers and said, "I designed it with these tires in mind at this tire pressure, front and rear specs." And he just let it out. That's cool. That's how my mind works. So I'm interested to see how it works. If I get a set of that suspension, I will put it on. I will run those exact tires at those exact tire pressures, and I will go nerd out.
So tire pressure is a big thing for people who don't know suspensions. Just make sure your tire pressure is right. That's what Miles was like really keen on.
Well, it's huge depending on the tire you're running too. Like it's less of an issue with a 200 tread wear tire with super thick sidewalls as it is with a 300 tread wear tire that is worried about comfort in some way.
Yes.
To where like there is a little squishier sidewall. If you even like a 3-pound difference can make a massive difference.
You don't think about this, but the tire itself
is a spring.
It's a spring. Yeah.
And it will squish, and it's not damped unlike the shock absorber is.
No.
So if your tire pressure is too low, it'll just squish uncontrollably, and the shock won't do anything as well as they want it to. All right,
we got to talk about racing. All right,
okay,
Bailey, so we're about to chat with you here because I'm interested. So, Bailey, if you guys don't know who Jeremy Bailey is, you can look his ass up. But he is
K-Hunter86 on Instagram.
It's the same for Instagram and Facebook. It's got dashes and dots.
K-Hunter86, whatever. You'll dig him up. If you type in K-Hunter.
K-swaps. That's why he's hunting Ks.
Long story short, he's been competing in Club TR for a few years. He's kind of our resident FA24 swap guy. He swapped an FA24 in before he had a Link ECU, so he did it the hard way. Then got himself a Link, and it made life even easier.
That's true. Yeah. Okay.
So but really what a lot of people know you for is the guy who kicked off the minimum weight insanity that is Club TR.
Did I kick that off?
You absolutely did. We were all, because you saw somebody with a little bit of weight out of their car and you're like, well, if he could do that, I could do all of this.
I read the rule book.
Yeah.
And did the thing and then come to the event and I'm like, they're not following the rules because I know what the rule book says. And this was, so Club TR's basically said, we're just going to do what we want. And when the rules change, it'll change to suit what we've just done.
Yes. And that's exactly what happened. But you were the first one that said, well, if we can do this, I'm ripping everything. Yeah, and you did it at Gingerman. Like the majority of the weight you have saved happened at Gingerman Raceway.
The low hanging fruit.
Yes, you ripped everything out of that car that weekend. That wasn't pull the saws off.
I'd rip a pile of crap out and go run a second quicker. Come back in, rip a more pile of crap out and go run another second quicker.
So either way,
and that was with
there was a rule change this year. So you got your weight down this last year. Do you remember what your weight was the last year?
25.59 with me in the car.
And the minimum weight was what?
25.50.
Okay.
There was a point that was 25.59 was, I had some ballast in the car. So I didn't want to be below the weight ever.
Yeah. So you wanted to be able to roll on the scales and make sure you had it. If you took a really gnarly shit, you were still good.
Yeah.
Okay. So, you sweat a bunch in a weekend, take a massive dump, and the last thing you want.
First thing I do in an event after the first out is roll over their scales just to see, because scales here and scales there and scales over there all read different. Yep. So I want to know what their crap reads.
So they did some rule tweaks. Okay, now historically, Club TR has been K-swap cars that have won it. And they did some rule tweaks, and they kind of threw you a bone.
Big bone.
They throw you a big bone, and that is they knocked 100 pounds off your minimum weight. 150 pounds off your minimum weight. Yeah. So I'm gonna ask the big question because everybody looks at your car on ways to save weight in this within this rule book or just in any general you have pulled more weight out of this car than I think anybody else has. Can you get to that minimum weight with your ass in it? Now, understand, you guys probably can't see Jeremy Bailey, but on a good day, he's going to weigh 220.
230.
Yeah.
Okay.
As I float around, a few pounds up, a few pounds down.
So if you weigh like 150 pounds, whatever, you're a horse jockey, you're a Peter Granberg, it's a little easier for you to get to minimum weight.
What kills me is Pete's not at minimum weight.
No.
Wow.
I can't believe he wouldn't be.
I don't understand that.
Yeah.
Man, he's a
But
machine.
maybe he gets motivated to get down to minimum weight now. I don't know. Maybe he'd be in P1 if he was at minimum weight.
Maybe. I mean,
he would have 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Wow, that's shocking. Simplify and add.
But yeah, no, 100%. I can get to minimum weight.
All right.
I'm probably gonna do as much as I can and probably add some weight back to the car.
So when you say as much as you can, there was a lot going on. You don't have to give us all the but
you can cut a lot out of the car. There's
well,
a lot
not only
of
that,
brackets, wire harness
aftermarket stuff
extras.
too.
They let us put windows in that are plastic, so you can cut a ton out of the car. And then it starts getting expensive. You got to go back with carbon titanium.
I think the cool thing you did just recently was the knuckles.
Yeah, so we put we got the whole Wise Fab kit. That was before the weight change. I wanted to do that regardless. So I got that, and then the provisionals come out and was like,
how much did you
this is great.
Save on the Wise Fab kit?
55 pounds.
That is
55 pounds?
Factory cast.
Yeah, it's nuts.
Of
knuckles and
unsprung
control
weight.
arms.
Unsprung weight.
That's 55 pounds, and I already had the only thing on the rear that was still factory was everything was aluminum except for the knuckle and the upper control arm.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I took 55 pounds out of the car
Are they,
with already having stuff in there.
Are they made out of aluminum?
Yeah, aluminum. The knuckles are billet.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I think the front lower control arm was billet aluminum, and all the rear stuff's basically just steel welded together. But properly. And it's a billet knuckle, but everything else is steel.
So just non-Honda powered cars get the reduced weight, 2,400 pounds.
Yeah, there's several things in the list, but it's specifically the K-Swap guys got to stay at the 2550.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, we're 30 horsepower less than those guys. So
30
I mean,
less.
I know y'all say that, but them on the same dyno as me, it's a solid difference.
I still think there's something to be had by getting you on Graham's dyno and him actually being motivated to fuck with that for a day, to where I think there's still some in it. I also think you have a used engine. Okay.
Yeah, it's a used engine.
It's a used engine that's got some miles on it. Maybe wasn't broken in all too great.
Maybe not.
Okay.
Okay.
So I think you might not.
That might come. We might get it refreshed. We're talking about
absolutely.
That. So the 2400 thing that I turned into only want to do the Wise Fab stuff, and that was going to be it. Now I got to buy a bunch of stuff that's really expensive.
I think in top form, the FA24 is a hair down on a K. I don't think it's 20 horsepower.
Nah.
I think it's
20 horsepower. I'm gonna say 30. I'm sticking with 30.
Yeah, I don't think it is at all.
That's a big number.
Yeah.
But
I'm gonna say 30. It makes me look better.
That's fine. Yours might be 30, but I don't think the typical experience is 30.
Yep. Yeah, so
that's one of the downsides of used engines is it's used. You don't know how it was broken. You don't know the situation. Believe me, break-in really damn matters. And a lot of people, they hop in these cars, especially something like a BRZ or a GR86, and it's a fun little, thing.
Yeah.
You want to spin the shit out of it, and you really need to drive that thing nice for 1,000 miles.
Yeah.
So people don't do it, and then 30,000 miles down the road, it's not as strong as it should be.
We'll get it refreshed. Next year I'll buy one and have it refreshed, and then we'll use it.
I bet you new rings would go a long way.
Yeah, probably.
I believe that.
Yep.
Probably.
We got a guy for that.
Thick oil or something.
We got a few guys for that.
Yeah.
We've got a few guys for that. We've actually talked to a couple of them.
You know who I did not see is one of those guys, which was Ian.
Yeah, I thought Ian was
Ian was not.
Yeah, I like Ian.
Yeah, Ian's all right.
Yep. But so you did that. Okay. You've got weight coming on in other areas. I know there's some carbon this and carbon that, and they changed a few wording.
Yeah. So
I don't know how much we want to talk about the wording changes, but wordings have changed.
I think it's in red right now, so it's worth talking about.
Okay.
One of the things with
Laguna, there was a lot of drama on
that
this.
are upsetting.
Yeah.
In every class for anybody is if you have a rule that isn't clear to you, or you want to try something different, and you send out an email and get an email back, then it's cool for you to do it. Well, nobody else knows that if you don't tell them. So the rules say this, and everybody will interpret it that this is the rule, or this is definitely the spirit of the rule. So that's what I'm sticking with, because that's a lot of people stop at spirit of the rule. And the next thing you know, you show up to an event and you're like, man, these cars, like when I showed up to Gingerman and everybody's cars are gutted. And I'm like, this isn't what's in the rules. This is messed up. So now I'm at Gingerman gutting my car. So I had a conversation. It's like, really what I want is something somewhere that every time one of these emails goes out, everybody gets to read it.
Yeah.
Because it's really not fair for the guy.
I got to be real.
Knows
I don't think
to come to this event.
Any of that shit should go. It should be interpreted exactly what the rule says, and every change I think needs to happen at the end of the season.
I agree with that.
I don't mind there being changes. I mind there being exceptions made.
Mid-season changes are awful.
Yes.
Yeah.
But
even if there is going to be a mid-season change, that change has to be documented.
Yes.
Everybody needs to see it.
For everybody to see. Because the guy sitting at his house right now reading the rule books, never been to a Grid Life event, or maybe just went to watch one and wants to get into club whatever.
Let's say Club TR. Yeah.
Club TR. He's going to come to Club TR and go, I'm ready to go. I've built, I dropped all my money on this. I'm going to go. And then you show up and you're like, man, I was prepared, but like none of these cars are in the rules.
Yep.
So that's all I want. So we ended up having, for whatever controversy it is, I could care less if anybody ran a carbon dash. The problem was I asked and I was flat out told no.
Yeah, that's the thing that annoyed everybody.
For somebody else, and it's not like I think that matters, but like you told me no. Yeah,
you specifically said no.
Now that it's clearly okay, at least let's make the rule book say it's okay.
Yes,
and it did. We managed to get a rule change to OEM from OEM dash to just dash.
Yeah, which
we have to have a dash. That's all it says.
People,
have to have a dash.
But I guarantee there's going to be some interesting interpretations of what dash is next year.
Like a large check,
but it's
cut like into the shape of a dash.
It's Club TR. That's kind of the point. They're just shit boxes.
It's track rating.
It's supposed to be just hoopty that you've bolted together and made track rating. So like, if the dash isn't there, why does it still say we need a dash? Why do you need a dash? I mean,
I don't
you know
know,
what I mean? I get it. Like, let's have a dash rule. Let's put a dash in it. But like,
why?
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I don't have to have door cards.
Yeah.
I don't have to have like the safety guts in the door there, but none of this.
You're right. Everything else is gone. Why do you need the dash?
Why is the dash the thing that we're holding on to?
That's a great question. I don't know.
But it's the only thing in that car that's factory trim.
I can tell you why the dash was held on to for as long as it was. It's because Honda guys historically kept the dash, and Grid Life rules are all based around Honda guys.
Oh, sure. Yeah. And then when you walk by it, it doesn't look weird.
Yeah, I mean, I get it, but then again, like everything looks weird.
Yeah.
Like, what are we doing?
Car. Yeah.
Jeremy, are you thinking about taking the paint off the car?
I did have a conversation with somebody that opened my eyes to how heavy paint might be. I'm not going to go out of my way to do that, but if
If you're going to rewrap your car, you might as well do it.
I can hit 2,400 pounds. If I can't, maybe the paint comes off when we rewrap it.
Yep.
Yeah, maybe a little mountain bike too. Drop a little weight.
Yeah, a little mountain bike might go. Yeah. We cut the Dr. Pepper out.
The cheapest weight's going to be knocking 50 pounds off of me.
Yeah.
So like
50.
Oh, I could do 50. I'm 230.
God bless.
Yeah, I know you can't imagine 50 warranty, but like
I walked around at 180 forever.
I used to walk around at 180 too. I 100% could pull 50 pounds off of me if I gave a shit.
I'm
just by diet and not being garbage.
I eat too much and I'm lazy. I want to get off work at 3, go home and watch TV and fall asleep.
Yep,
that's
bad guys go to bed.
Maybe get up and play some video games.
Well, if you guys lose more weight, you could put those air jacks on your car.
That's true.
We
could get some of those air jacks.
If
I lost 20 pounds, I could put 20 pounds of air jack in the car.
That's
fucking Dylan wants air jacks so bad.
For all the time I need to jack up the car at the racetrack.
Oh yeah, it'd be just plug it in, bing, done.
Boink.
Yeah, amazing.
Major takeaway from this weekend was it is so much easier to chat with people when you win.
Oh man, it's so nice. And it also, the other thing is I have found that rolling with an entourage, Like
That does seem to do something.
It does.
It's intimidating when you walk up
it.
like
Well,
that.
it was funny when
Yeah.
we walked away from said sponsor that we're talking to.
He's just
Kid
like,
as
oh
it went
yeah,
through.
you're all with
He's
him?
like, you're all with them.
We're
Like,
yep,
yeah, like we roll as a group.
we're a team.
You know, it's one reason why I think maybe
Say
we need to
Team
start
Ramrod.
thinking about all getting matching shirts or something. So we
Yeah.
we kind of like look associated in
Oh,
some
we're
way.
getting matching shirts.
We need flat out.
Oh, that's
shirts.
one of the things we're actually talking about doing as far as
Suits?
me, you, and Graham are all looking at getting suits that
Oh,
are
man.
similar. We
That's
need
great.
we
suits.
have suit money now. It's crazy. We're
Oh,
growing up
man.
and we have real suit money.
Yeah,
So we get like
we
polka
might be
dotted
getting
suits
some
that all
nicer
match each
suits.
other.
You love to see it.
Yeah,
And
I
they'd
mean,
be
I've
like-
been wearing a fucking trash bag for the past
Well,
like 10 years. So
I got a full on sweatsuits. What I wear, like
yeah.
it says Sparkle on it, but it's the cheap one.
Oh, it is. Yeah.
It's sweat tops, sweat bottoms, and sweat underwear in it.
Yeah.
Like I come
Boy.
out wet, and this stuff right here will be a quarter of the weight.
Yeah.
It's super light.
It's gonna be so. It's gonna
It's like
breathe
PJs.
so nice.
It's pajamas.
It's gonna be pajamas. Yeah.
Get out.
Save
flat,
your life.
flat out racing suits.
I don't know. I don't
What else we got? I guess I also learned indirectly the value of relationships. You know,
No,
you know all of these people, and
not
they like
that.
you because you haven't burned bridges.
I go out of my way no matter what. Like so like I'll give you an example. I had somebody I really respect and really trust come up to me and they're talking about starting a wheel brand and doing some stuff with that, and they wanted me to jump on board with them, and I told them no because I just started something with Koenig,
Mhm.
and
Proud of you.
I felt at a
too.
minimum I owed them a full season before I could even talk about it.
Correct.
And that's like as far as sponsorships go, like this is not a very big industry. Okay, what's really crazy is how many people all know each other within PRI. You see
Yeah.
that really quickly.
What company is the parent company or the sister
Oh
company or
man,
cousin
if
company?
you burn one bridge, everybody sees it.
You want to know what getting shunned feels like.
Yeah,
Really?
you do not want to do that. And there are some people who have put some bad taste in people's mouth within the industry, and it gets around. It gets around really fast. And you get away with that once or twice maximum. And I refuse to burn brownie points.
One of the reoccurring themes from people we talked to this weekend was how they've sent somebody something and they didn't get what they thought they were going to get from this person, or this person just didn't do any. Like most of these guys
It
are
was just
asking
a free part.
Most of these guys are asking if we give you this, tag us on Instagram, put the sticker on the car, take some pictures at these events, and make sure we're in it. And this is the bare base of what is getting asked for, and they're not getting that back, and that just makes us all.
That
makes it
hurts
harder for
everybody.
everybody.
Sure does.
So-
you've got to go.
so,
If
yeah.
anybody is ever like even giving you like a discount for a sponsorship ish kind of thing, you have got to go hard for them.
Yeah.
Yep.
And if you aren't showing results, don't expect to
Yeah,
get anything again.
Do everybody a favor and do the minimum. Take some pictures and tag them in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Put their sticker on the car and talk about them. Just do the minimum.
Yep.
Because when you don't
Yep.
do anything, it makes it harder for those of us who are trying to make this work for
Yep.
ourselves.
Yes.
Another highlight of mine was meeting the Nijar from BC, just so British Columbia, just over the border.
Oh yeah, he was cool.
Yeah, he recognized my voice.
Yeah.
No, what was
That's-
really wild is the amount of people recognized this podcast.
Yeah,
And like they
Oh, yeah.
knew you before,
Yeah.
like they heard you talking, and they're like, "Oh, I know you."
yeah,
Yep.
Yeah.
And that's producer Jordan.
That was,
oh, yeah,
uh,
that is the
Boost
voice
Barn?
I heard.
Boost Barn was the name of that
Boost
company.
Barn,
Yep.
yes.
Those guys are
Yes.
they were super cool. We chatted for a while with
LS
them.
swapping a BRZ.
Yep.
Yep, cool stuff. Yeah, that was, man. You talk about way too close to the sun.
I say, yeah, we're close to the sun now.
Shout
Yeah,
outs.
I don't know. People are it's wild the amount of like who listens to this. I have found that
Yeah.
like, and like I'm trying to talk directly to people here, that are out there, but like our community is fairly tight knit, and a good chunk of our community are closely associated with shops and stuff like that.
Yep.
And like it's crazy, who because this is an industry show, but how many people within the industry like are like, oh man, hey, I heard you, and like
Yep.
I knew it was you. I don't think I've ever met you before, and shook hands, and
Yep.
that was super cool. Like
Yep.
this podcast makes me smile.
I was also excited that Mary from All Wheel Drive Tuning confirmed that they want to build a WRX for Grid Life.
That was pretty cool.
They're
Yeah,
drag
it
racing
sounds
people.
like they're probably going to be doing something with a VB.
Yep.
Is my understanding, and I'm hoping I can help them navigate that craziness. And
Yep.
there might even be some situations where we could do some like shared partnership stuff with different companies to make that work for them, and maybe we all work together.
Yep.
So
She loved Road America. She had such a good time at Road America.
what I would really like to see, and I hope Grid Life can do this, that we may be able to do these season tickets as like we want to somehow associate a bunch of us together. So like myself, our team, whatever, then Bailey, and then Graham, and then maybe Mary's a part of that, or whoever like is our within our direct group, and they try to
Mods.
park us near each other.
Yep.
And in that situation, it'd be awesome if they would then park us near, like, because Subi Mods is always bringing their
Mods,
stuff
yeah.
out, keep
Yeah.
us over near there.
Yep.
So we're trying to keep that association. Like they almost start like putting like, here's the Subaru section, here
Yes.
is the Honda section.
Yeah. That would be sick. You have a spectator walking through the pits and they go, "Oh my God, these are my people."
Yeah.
All one place.
I think that would work really well, but I don't know.
Yep.
I don't know if they're
That's a
gonna
great
hear us
idea.
on that or not. I don't know, somebody's outside getting shot. So.
Yeah, I was gonna say I could,
It's 3 feet of snow on the ground. Somebody's stuck and dying
Yeah,
somewhere.
alright.
Right.
So either way, I don't know. I
it was
think
an icicle.
It's
we're all
icicle.
so freaking like blah right now and tired.
Well, oh, talk about tired. We literally left PRI early today because we did
was
everything
awesome.
we needed
You're
to.
welcome.
We ate, came back, and then we all took like a nap. Just
Yep,
kinda
that was great.
passed out.
Yeah, that's what we need to talk about on the podcast.
Yeah,
That's
naps.
a power nap, man.
Power nap.
So either way, warranty came in at like 3 a.m. Now
Yeah.
noisy
Oh,
as
yeah,
hell,
the
smell
sh-
like a stripper. So.
Warranty
Yeah.
took a stripper nap and
Yep.
a shower.
We did.
Yeah, that was. I have not drank that much in a long time.
All right.
Nor.
But it was a
Well,
good time for your first strip club, huh?
Yeah, it was all right. Yeah.
You went with a hell of a crowd for your first time.
Yeah,
that
you
was,
did.
That was a
Dylan,
proper
Dylan's jaw
introduction.
dropped. He's like, "You went there with who?"
The type, but yeah, you went with, I guess, either the right or the wrong crowd.
No,
One
that
way or
was-
another, I guarantee
that
that
was-
was an experience.
Yeah.
Sure was.
So, all right.
Yep.
Well, it's been real. It's been fun. It's been real fun. And I think we will catch you guys next time. Later.